Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Ixion. So we're slowly moving our way through some things over here. We are collecting... Scan. Where's my scan? Oh, it's over here for silicone. Excellent. Lots of silicone ready to go. This is a pretty good spot. Hopefully this weather isn't chasing us too badly. We are picking up some science over here. That's good as well. So science is being collected pretty quickly. Let's pop in and have a look at what we can do from a science perspective. Let's have a quick look. So now we want to start upping our game a little bit more. We can certainly have a look at stockpile medium, collapsible frames, things like that. What are we doing? Tech lab, food. Actually, now I think we're probably in a position where we have to unlock a little bit more. Anything on the DLS center, predictive behavior, policy cooldown reduced by 5. It's not something that we need super important at the moment, but it is something we can have a look at. I'm wondering about the big health center. Let's grab the big health center. Let's research that. Capacity to heal up to 100 injured crew members simultaneously. The center can accommodate injured crew members from other sectors connected by train stations, and that's the one. So let's get cracking on that one. We do need to keep an eye on our power, though. Power would be one of those things that we need to manage. Yeah, polymers is, we're okay with the polymers, I think. But yeah, we need to make sure this one keeps running. We need to make sure that keeps running. Carbon is okay here. Actually, we don't have enough room for carbons. So what I might do is I might actually go over and say, guys, this one is now going to be carbon. So please unload that to the other spots you've got there. That'd be good. That would be good. And how's our food? Oh, our food is growing. Our food is growing. Good. Okay, what's happening over here? We need to pop in there and see about that. This science ship, the Montessori, has done its thing. So what I'd like to do is head on over here to the Piranesi and start having a look at that. Yeah, this stuff has all been done, and we should be collecting ice at a reasonable rate. Oh, so these two can probably mine at the same time. Well, that'll be good, just to make sure that we've got plenty of iron ready to go at a moment's notice, really. Not enough room here to actually clear this out. So what I might do is I might actually start work on our first demotic quarter, and I'm going to go and...
The science ship has arrived at its destination.
Let's just pause it there for a second. I'm just going to make a start on this center one here. Yeah, that's fine. Let's resume that. So it'll actually start using some of these materials, and then we will be able to deconstruct that and think about getting an EVA airlock in there. Now, if we pop back out here, the science ship has collected stuff over here. The other one has arrived at the Piranesi. Let's pop in here and get the Naomi protocol underway. And at the Piranesi, what's going on here? Okay, Piranesi has been located. Initial visuals indicate that it has suffered heavy damage. Our sensors are not detecting any activity on board the ship. We have entered the Piranesi. Ooh, we're inside. There is neither light. There is neither light source nor gravity within the ship. Many modifications have been made to its structure. The walls are of an unknown shiny black metal that distorts the vision. The corridors that distorts the vision. The corridors we pass through are sometimes similar in design to those of Dolos or the UN. In some places, however, passageways are almost organic in shape. We did discover a large memorial. The statue at its center is obscured by the many cables, pipes, and conduits that lead away from it to the ship. We could make out the words property of the BMS, that's the Black Market Syndicate, I think, at its base. If the team was not so anxious, we would have stopped to carry out further observations. Locate the Remus coordinates. The Montessori's team will travel deeper inside the Piranesi to find the devices that hold the vol coordinates of Remus. We'll do that. We'll get cracking on that. This is underway here. We've got the silicone. We can send out another probe. So probably now worth us looking for another point of interest.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
That's fine, a new policy. So let's just see. Is there any points of interest around this area? hydrogen over there. Where is this point of interest? Getting colder. Oh, there seems to be a point of where we seem to be. Oh, there we go. There's somewhere over here. Let's head on out over that way. Send another probe. Science. Let's do it. Probably worth us getting the upgraded science for a little bit quicker science. But actually, we're not collecting science all that quickly either, so it might not be that important. Now, this should have allowed this one to be moved. What we can do is we can close out the cell housing for a while, so we'll just put a demotic, so we could put people in the demotic quarter. That would be of interest if we can do that. Obviously, this is taking a little bit of time. Yeah, food is very good at the moment. Very good. 157 units of food are consumed per meal. 61 units of food are produced per cycle on average. So we are...
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Doing reasonable work there. There's an accident. Well, what I want to do is let's trim that out and trim this out and see about this. Now, EVA airlock is something that I would like to do. If we can... Yeah, that would actually... work well, and then we could put let's do that. We'll put an EVA airlock in there. We'll build this, clear out that one right there, and then we've got room for some batteries over here, so we can start planning out our batteries. So let's grab maintenance. No, yeah, maintenance has batteries. How many? 1, 2. We'll only be able to do 2 though, unless we move this along. Actually,
a science ship team has completed a task.
we would need to do... that is going to be an interesting move. If we take out that path there... Oh, but then the access for this will just be a little weird. So if we can do that, let's do this one. And we'll run a little path that way so that we can... kind of get that build. I think you can take that out. Once that's done, you can take that out. Okay, that's good. An accident. Is anything else? Let's just pump out and see what's going on. Research is underway. We found another spot here, 12D. We can probably send out another probe. So let's have a look. Anything else that has a point of interest? So if we go on that final ring there, let's just try and do... Should be able to... I do wonder if we'll lose a probe. Ooh, that's a good spot. There is a point of interest here, which we're not gonna be able to get. So then if we do the next ring... There we go. Send that one out. Are we... is anybody... Actually, let's have a quick look at the fleet. So... Oh, actually, we're not mining the silicone yet?
Has completed a task.
Oh, no one is mining the silicone. So who's not mining? Maybe what I'll do is I will... Everybody is actually heading over there. So let's just get this guy to instead go and mine some silicone so that we can start picking that up as well. We are picking up a lot of stuff. A science ship has completed a task. So let's have a look. What's the Piranesi saying? We have found them. The devices holding the Remus coordinates are behind a heavy reinforced door. We have tried several different approaches to open it, but haven't succeeded in scratching it. Connecting the Tiqqun and Eden to Piranesi would allow us to power and reactivate the door's control subsystems. The connection is also necessary for the extraction and transfer of the Remus coordinates from the devices to the Tiqqun. Mr. One other thing. Shortly before we found the devices, we passed an effigy of Giovanni Battista, a former member of the Marduk Council. Okay. The Tiqqun needs to be in orbit. Now, so the question is, if I pop out here, Can I move the Montessori? I don't think I can. Oh, I can. I do wonder what would happen if we do that. We can just come back again, right? I've never actually tried it. Let's quickly pop in here and see what's happening. Oh, there we go. All crew members lost. That's not good. Comms contact with the professor's team has been lost for a short time. We were still receiving mission reports. The house is much bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Has no interior light source and contains a series of mazes. The last report speaks of thumping sounds being heard. Shortly after this was received, the crew's suit signals were turned off one after the other. Ooh. So we've lost all of our 5 crew members. So I'm assuming now repatriate the professor. That's unfortunate. Oh, hang on. What is this? While the repatriation of the professor was being initiated, Yoshi and Endo contacted the tycoon via the ship's comms. They have returned and are in possession of a strange translucent and gelatinous sample. After rapid analysis, it is composed of unknown particles held together by Frau's tycoons. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Yoshi and Endo appears to be extremely disorientated and requires medical assistance and psychological support. They are returning to the tycoon aboard the professor. That is an interesting one. The ship is missing 4 crew members. Current action is boarding new crew members. Okay, so let's just get that sorted. Then we can move the professor around a little bit. And I do wonder if we can move the Montessori over this way and collect some more science stuff. The Montessori is currently investigating an event. Okay, so we can't. It's effectively stuck there until we get the tycoon over on this side. Which is maybe something we want to do straight away. Okay, let's pop into the tycoon, see if we can get a few batteries built. Yeah, there's nothing there in terms of alloys. So from an alloy perspective, 5 should actually be, we should actually be sending alloys here. Okay, that's okay. Alloys are dropping fairly quickly at the moment. It's the sent to sector. Oh, interesting. But I think that's all. Yeah, anyway, we can micromanage that a little bit more if we wanted to, I think. So this is being built. The EVA airlock will improve our hull integrity a little bit, I think. And then we could probably switch this off again and stop using all of our alloys and let this drop for a cycle or two. We're out of silicone, so someone should be mining silicone and someone should be going to collect silicone. Yeah, Kangaroo is going to collect silicone as a starting point. We can drop that one so that the silicone can be done first so that we can continue working on electronics. That's going to be important for us to keep doing that. Yeah, we've got a fair bit of carbons available now, and so we do need to just make sure that we're continuously doing the polymers and the likes. Okay, excellent. Let's pop back out here and see what's going on. We've sent... there's the probe. The next probe is ready to go, though, so let's pop in there and see about... So that's this ring, then that's that ring over there. Now, let's have a look at this ring. I mean, obviously, we can still have a look at the other side. Okay, so that ring is not giving us anything on this side. Might be on a different orbit, that one. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's a lot of stuff there, actually. And nothing. And this one. There we go. Point of interest over here. So send that one out. The professor is ready to go back and just pop out there, pick up the stuff for us, the science, and I'm assuming then we'll just move on to the next one. So just make sure we pick up the science. That's a good one. And I think we need to move the tycoon actually. So that one's been popped out. Moving the Tycoon over to the Piranesi will be a little bit further away from these things, but we just generally need to get that going. Oh, I wanted to just double check that we've got a little bit of battery supplies ready. So that's done. Now the next one...
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Yet again. That should be built. Now what I wanted to do is I actually want to switch this one off. So let's do that. Yes, dismantle the building. So now everybody is moved over here, and we'll say no, forget about it, forget about that, cancel the destruction please, and then we'll get that rebuilt. At the same time I will trim that back. I think we can, yeah, absolutely. I think that doesn't actually need roads after you've connected it, so we'll get that one in place. So this is still busy charging. We could potentially look at charging these things a little bit quicker. We're almost done with this technology. Yeah, the charge rate would be good so that we can move a little bit more frequently. The hull integrity is dropping, so if we wanted to move, let's get our hull integrity back up to a reasonable number. The EVA airlock over here is also supporting. Health center has been unlocked. So if we have a quick look at what the health sector actually... No, forget about it. That's not what I want to do. So the health sector thing... The health center, sorry, not health. Ooh. That's it's pricey from a few different resources perspective. How big is this? It is not super duper big, is it? A few different spots we could potentially look at adding it, but I am quite keen on actually moving it into this sector over here. If I do that, right, if we put it in here, yeah, I'm actually going to think about that as the build. That health center, and then we can start moving some of these others away. Yeah, that's not bad. It's really not a bad spot for it. I'm comfortable with it, so let's see about introducing it over there. We need to train another 15 colonists over here. Still need to find a viable planet for them to go to. So with that in mind, that can start work there. We are delivering ice here at reasonable rates. We've got so much water. So our water production is more than sufficient for the time being. So we may be able to actually squeeze in 2 of them here. Whether we can still then support the water, I don't know. But maybe that's sufficient with what we've got there. We are actively upgrading this this battery is filling up. I wouldn't mind improving that recharge rate a little bit. If I check the health center, there's some other stuff that we can get later on. If we wanted to just have a look at our battery tech, where was the battery stuff? Not in the first one. Where was it? Oh, over there, battery tier 1. Batteries tier 2 is what we need. Charging speed by 25%. And that wouldn't be too bad if we can actually get that done. But I'm also thinking personal computer first. So let's get personal computing, and then we'll go and do the oxidite contacts so that we can charge those up a little bit quicker. Now let's close the tech tree. We'll head on out. We'll have a look. Oh, the probe is on its way here. There's some more stuff going on over there. The professor is done, so I'll move the professor over here to 12D, and we'll start seeing about that. And we can also get the next probe going. So we've got that one. We've got a planet on this one too. So that's really it. So if anything, we can potentially start looking at stuff over here. So let's send that. That's obviously something that we want to do. I do wonder if we can get through there or not. So we'll have a bit of a look. If we lose the 3 polymers for that, it's not going to be the end of the world. Speed things along a little bit. Because I want to... Actually, I wonder if we're going to lose this probe. I'll have a quick look. Still moving. It's still moving, so it might get through, actually. So then that means we can probably start looking for the stuff on the other side. We just need to make sure that we're not sending our miners through there. A probe has completed a scan, discovered a new point of interest. Was this one over here? That's good.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Excellent. Pick up the science there as a starting point. Oh, this probe is moving through pretty quickly and effectively. Okay. Yeah, so we should be able to get that point of interest sorted out. This is okay. How much battery do we have? 3.3 cycles, 2.5, 3.5. We're filling up with water here. Personal computing has been unlocked. That's good. This thing is under construction at the moment, so we'll slowly make our way through finishing that off. Okay, now I think we can go about moving the tycoon. There's something over here which is a big point of interest. A probe has detected a new planet eligible for colonization, and I think it's this one. That one is eligible for colonization. So once we have our colonists ready, we can do that. Okay, let's get to 12D and see what's going on. Ooh, let's have a look. Okay, first readings from 12D indicate the planet experiences intense geothermal activity and extremely high temperatures. Its surface is largely covered with molten basaltic rock. We have located a promontory where we could land the professor. Conditions on the planet are extremely dangerous, soaring temperatures, unusual gravity. We recommend only a quick surface analysis opposed to any further any further exploration that could lead to human and material losses. So perform a surface analysis. Then we can do a basic research station, or we can establish a heavy research infrastructure on the promontory. Option is unlocked by exoskeletons. I think we're going to do that. I mean, it's just the best source of stuff that we're going to get. So I'm going to put the number 5 in place with this. Yeah, I'm going to move the number 5 over. So get the number 5 to do its thing, blow it up, and so on. We will need to now move the tycoon to the Piranesi over here so that we can finish this off. Number 5, I just need to see what the number 5 should be loading stuff.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Yet again. So this is a colonizable planet. So we're working on our colonists to send them over there. Hopefully we will find a proper colonizing planet. This does seem to... Yeah, so we should be able to move through here. We just don't want to mine stuff in there. Okay, the hull integrity is back up to what it needs to be. What is number 5 doing? Number 5 should be loading up and making its move, right? It's coming from this sector here. Yeah? He's just loading onto the number 5 now. Okay, that's good. Excellent. Get that in there. And I just want to maybe send it off the first time. It's going to have to do a double stretch. The number 5 should be on the way now. Okay, let's move the tycoon over to the Piranesi over here, which will take us how long? 2.5 cycles. I think we can comfortably manage that. So let's move it. There we go. Tycoon moving. Excellent. Get us to the Piranesi so that we can finish off that piece of work. This guy is going. Yeah, it'll take a little bit of a while to get the rest going. We are dropping alloys pretty quickly at the moment. I do wonder if we need to improve that a little bit. Average balance is over 5 cycles, station 24.
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Why? Why is that happening? We should be powered everywhere, right? We're on battery power everywhere. It's not a big... Is something did something open that's taking a lot of power? Yeah, this thing has. So let's switch that one off, and we can also switch this one off, and then that should be enough power. Can't believe that's a thing. Anyway, so let's now we can clear these out. It's kind of the idea. With that, if we move that one out, I do wonder if we can squeeze anything else in there. But we'll clear this one out. We'll put some roads in place here. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So this is a proper capacity facility now, and we shouldn't have any issues with accidents anymore. Everything is still underway, and our water is growing quite lovely. I mean, we're full up on water now. So this guy is doing a great job. We're not actually researching anything. So if I have a look at, I just want to have a quick look. So if I go back to the fusion thing, fusion station, we've unlocked all of those things. So we're doing the maximum we can over there. That's been unlocked. Is there anything here in the tech lab we want to do? PA assisted. So that just increases the speed yet again. Through quarters, smart homes. Increases housing capacity by 60%. That's not a bad idea, actually. I don't think we need to do suspended beds just yet. Is there any of these other things? The whole temple provides one stability whilst the cult of the whole is propagating in the sector. The observatory is one thing. The water treatment is one thing that we can grab. But yeah, that's really about it. So it's all about upgrades. Cell housing we can upgrade, but we can just do the general upgrades. DLS center, predictive behavior. No, that's not really interesting to me. The hull is done. The engine Stanford upgrade. Tycoon moves faster. Let's research that straight away. And then from there, I'm kind of tempted to do the PA assisted management so we can get this thing to move a little quicker as well. Okay, so let's pop out of that. Has the Tycoon arrived? Oh yeah, it has arrived at the Piranesi.
No more resources available to mine.
Okay, that's fine. So everything has been mined. That's okay. We can slowly collect stuff. We can pop in here now and get the Naomi protocols to extract stuff. Start the DDoS attack, the denial of service attack to flood the network. Eden Vigilance. Okay, once the Tycoon is connected, we will be able to power and short circuit the subsystems with the reinforced door. Coordinate transfer from the device to the Tycoon will be initiated across the connection. I'm hoping people won't want us to leave for Remus straight away. But yeah, start the work on that. So we've got a few science things underway now. It's good. And we're probably getting close to the end of the episode. Let's send out another probe. Was there any points of interest around here? I believe we had a point of interest on this side somewhere. So we don't have anything on the outer ring yet, right? So the outer ring. Really? Nothing on the... Come on, there has to be... I'm probably just missing it. There it is. Send it through. Something on the outer ring over there. Okay, good. Oh, this is... We're probably still collecting some stuff here, right? Yeah, yeah. So hopefully they'll bring everything in the next go here. Hopefully they will. Speed things up just a tad. How much iron is still left out there? Oh, not a lot, actually. There's a fair bit of silicone. The carbon is done. The water, the ice is almost done. That's okay. I'm much more comfortable looking for them like this. So the next thing we would like to have a look at, so once we've got another probe up, we have to find another source of carbon, but that's okay. But we probably need to find another source of iron. Still a fair bit to collect over there. Still a fair bit to collect. Okay, there we go. I believe the number 5 will now be carrying, yes, everything we need to finish this off. So that's all good. That one is moving through. The probe is ready. So I'm kind of tempted. I want to actually move over to this planet, which seems to be pretty central. If I wanted to move the probe out here somewhere for a large source of iron. No, I'm not too interested in the ice just yet. That's a reasonable source of iron. Just want to make sure people aren't... that's not bad. There we go. Iron and ice. So head it out over there. So at least we've got an extra source of iron, a reasonable source of iron located. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. In the next episode, we'll see what's going on the Piranesi over here, and we'll try and get our Remus, see if we get our Remus coordinates. I hope that that's not going to push us over the edge. We also need to have a look at some more power infrastructure. So probably going to have to build some more panels or something. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.